Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Eye Mystic Tarot. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Now we're gonna dive right in, get this message, get a message out. But overall, hopefully the message resonates and or is helpful. But I split the deck on Five of Swords with the Justice. It's a lot of talk, a lot of communication. Could be a lot of conflict, fighting, arguing, possibly with an air sign, or this could just be something that's up in the air, is going, is up. Um, and this, could be involving some lawsuits, you know what I'm saying? Some lawsuits being won at that, but also dealing with some type of clarity, accountability, justice, you know what I'm saying? Fairness, being balance being restored. So this could be coming with a lot of conflict, fighting, some intimidation, even when it comes to this defeat, because somebody now could be dealing with court issues, like some legal issues. Don't have to be. It could be something resulting in that, but that's what I split the deck on. All right, but we're gonna pull a few, from the makeshift deck and see what's going on too. But yeah, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, an air sign could be dealing with that right now, but it's a lot of conflict, arguing, fighting, going on due to, somebody taking accountability, gaining clarity, seeing something differently, being fair in a situation, taking responsibility. You know what I mean? So, or how folks feel, or how people feel, somebody feeling as though they don't want, how you always have somebody that agree with you, but then when they decide to do the right thing, and you ain't around the right people, you find out, them people ain't as forgiving, you got biased people, you got unbiased people. But I feel like somebody don't want another person to take responsibility, change, or do something different. They want that person to stay who they remember them being, what they used to them doing. Next, first card out, I wouldn't take me back either if I was you. Somebody saying I wouldn't take me back either if I was you. Anything else? But that's that accountability I'm talking about, cause and effect. It's like when somebody realizes, looking back at situations, looking back on things, looking back at their behavior, everybody involved, how a certain situation, played out, no matter if it was last year, 10 years ago up until now, like you reassessing them situations like, man, I could have just did better. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to match their energy and shit like that, stoop to their level. But at the same time, shit, if somebody was playing with me like that and, they were, and I was being for real with their shit, I wouldn't expect them to do nothing different either. You know what I'm saying? I would have did the same shit. It's just the fact that, you have to get out your head and, accept the fact that just because you ain't the one doing it to somebody don't mean it's okay, and, let your pride and your ego get in the way when it happened to you. And somebody just taking accountability, I wouldn't take me back either if I was you. Like, this just as somebody, accepting it. That's that acceptance. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause and effect. I did what I did, you know what I'm saying? I showed my ass. I said what I said. I didn't do what I should have done, you know what I'm saying? But possibly this is somebody that wants, could want to be taken back, could want to, come back around, but they also looking at the fact that they may not have that opportunity, and they going to have to just accept that. Brenda can be significant. Next card, pay close attention to the truth. Pay close attention. The truth is on the surface. Brenda, pay close attention. Now, the truth is on the surface. Like they said, the proof is in the pudding. It's in the pudding. You can tell. You know what I'm saying? It's going to show, in their demeanor. It's going to show in the choice of words. It's going to show in their body language. It's going to show. You know what I'm saying? It's right in front of you. Yeah. And sometimes it's in plain sight. It's in what they do. It's in what you know, the company they keep. It's in they views on things. It's on the surface. The truth is, you know what I'm saying, is on the surface. Because you know how some people, I don't know, it's one of them things, like even when I was young and I used to watch, Big Tigger in the Basement, when we used to watch Rap City and stuff like that, for those that know what I'm talking about. That's in that era. And even if you're not, you'd probably know about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of them moments where, when you watching music videos, I used to watch them, just for hairstyles, trends, like if certain, people out of Philly, people out of California, different places, like, different times of the year, you looking at they trend, like what they wearing, how they wear they stuff, you know what I'm saying? How they rock this or that, you know what I'm saying? Not that it's just knowing that if you ever travel there, you want to know how to dress, you want to know how to fit in, you know what I'm saying? You already not going to have the same lingo, and that's fine. You don't have to talk to everybody you run into. But it was just, that's what I watched it for. It wasn't, I did know the music and stuff like that. I love music, still do. But I had my focus, you know what I'm saying, on one or two things, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? Mainly because I was like, damn, how am I wear my hair to school tomorrow? So I always wanted to, to do something different. So that's what I used to watch, that's what I used to get from just watching music videos, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, I think they had Hype magazine, like different magazines that had, just hairstyles in them. You had, and that would be nice, if, beauticians nowadays, would have a magazine of just their hairstyles, or a hairstyle magazine where people, hair certain hairstyles they did, made, certain people magazines, you know what I'm saying, or you would have your own, you know what I'm saying, but I used to go. I think that's when they used to have like a magazine stand, like in Walmart, and you can go in that section, like look through some of the magazines that was out and stuff like that. I think Walgreens used to have it. They may still have it, but they done dialed back and made more room for other shit now. So they kind of done took those kind of setups off the aisles and shit now out of stores. But I used to go in there and get hairstyles like out that magazine without buying the magazine. Just piece something together and half this, half that, whatever, and that was that. But I'm saying that to say this: pay close attention. The truth is on the surface. Like, it's a lot of the things that the signs and synchronicities and the answers that you're looking for is right there on the surface. And it's like when you're looking at a movie, you're looking at the background, you're looking at the stuff in the kitchen, the stuff in a living room, wherever, they bedroom. Like, you looking at the scene, but you looking at other stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm looking at music videos, I'm looking at, if it's something wrote on that chalkboard, shit, I slow that shit down, to slow motion and look at that shit like, what that chalkboard say? Because motherfuckers be having signs and symbols and shit, in plain sight, and be writing out whole coded messages and shit in music, and you be looking like, oh, and as soon as somebody posts that shit and circle that stuff in that video, you like, damn, I've been watching that video all the time, never even paid attention to it. Exactly. Pay close attention. The truth is on the surface. Like, if they sending you a photo, some people do that too. Like, you'll send them a selfie or something like that. People pick up on, damn, you need to clean your bathroom, or you need to such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? Like, they looking at other shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just looking at you. They looking at your surroundings and And that's how a lot of times people get targeted too. They know where you at because they looking at the little stuff around you like, oh shit, where they such and such and such, because I know that spot. They over there by so and so and so. You know what I'm saying? They ain't where they say they at. That ain't where they at. I know that spot. Yeah. Somebody saying kiss my ass. But it came out in reverse, child. All right. Kiss my ass. It came out in reverse. So you could have been, in the past telling somebody like, listen, kiss my ass. I don't want to hear that. Take your ass on. You know what I'm saying? Get on like you've been shit on. Somebody done told somebody, kiss. You know what you can do. What did this person do that they know they wouldn't take them back either? What did they do? What did this person do? Any more on this message? And also, I'm getting pay close attention. The truth is on the surface. Like a change in somebody is going to, shock you. Yeah. Like a change or, someone not changing, you're going to be able to tell. You're going to be able to tell when you see them or, when you're around them. Whether, there's a change, if there's, anything that has changed about them. Next card, rejection is God's protection, divine feminine, divine masculine. Give me one more on this message. Overall energy, give me one more. What is going on? Give me one more on this message. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. One more. I'm guilty of trying to control you. Like I said, I split the deck on, the Five of Swords and the Justice. So somebody taking accountability, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, fairness, cause and effect, you know what I'm saying, getting some clarity on themselves, a situation, just in general. We got David out here now. Brenda is out here as well. Next card, masculine feels their finances aren't stable enough right now. So they could be having some financial delays. Could be karma for them when it comes to this justice. Next card, using this time to sort some things out. So somebody could be in hermit right now, when it comes to, what they are doing shadow work on, or when it comes to them self-reflecting. Four Cups, reevaluating, whatever ideas or whatever, may have caused them to miss this opportunity, or, whatever, caused them to, have this reflection, of, them, maybe rejecting your offer. So it really was for your protection, you know what I'm saying? Clarify, I wouldn't take me back either if I was you. I wouldn't take me back either if I was you. Why are they saying this? You got the the Page of Cups with the Hermit. Virgo energy, you got Pisces out here. Cancer, Scorpio. So somebody, is feeling some type of vulnerability now. It may have been a issue, in the past. Somebody could be a like wanting to, express something that they feel like they done held back, or maybe this is, them finally allowing themselves to be an open book. You know what I'm saying? Laying on their cards on the table, but um, they could have, working on some creative ideas, of how to express their emotions. Learning to, be fair, in a situation. If somebody, reciprocating, what I'm saying? Like if somebody's showing you and being they self and being vulnerable to you, like trust, that that's not easy for a lot of people to do. Um, like I said, you got the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. You got the Page of Cups. They could have been being immature, in the past. You got the Hermit at the bottom of the deck with the Six of Cups, the Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles, yeah. Like somebody want to offer you a cup, you know what I'm saying? They want to, express something, find some type of way, to, but they could be keeping it to themselves as well, But I feel like vulnerability, may have insecurities, also. I wouldn't take me back either if I was you. Could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I wouldn't take me back either if I was you. What is that about? Who is this? Wouldn't take me back either if I was you. What did they do? Why are they saying this? Why are they saying this? Why are they saying I wouldn't take me back either if I was you? Yeah. Got the Five of Wands down. It could have put you in some type of competition. They could have, caused a lot of conflict. May have also, put you in like some rival kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? Known or unbeknownst to you. Especially if, they lack that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Lack cooperation. Lack cooperating with you. Like somebody, may have made, something easy, complicated for no reason, is what I'm getting. Like somebody was just being an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was being uncooperative on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to do what this person want. I'm gonna do this my way. I'm gonna go this route. I want what I want. You know what I'm saying? They either want me this way or they don't. I'm gonna be this way. I'm gonna like this. You know what I'm saying? So you got the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck now. The King of Swords, Page of Swords. Yeah, somebody now, it's a lesson learned. Somebody now is ready to, make a decision, take that leap of faith, but they're also, looking towards, looking out, you know what I'm saying, to make, new opportunities for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, it's like somebody taking that chance, you know what I'm saying, to move forward. So they may be accepting the fact that, if they do come towards you and you don't want them back, they accept that. They put you in some situations, that they, really didn't have, so they went out of their way, or they, did too damn much, Eight of Cups. But Three of Swords, Three of Wands, this person knows that, this was a lesson for them. This may have been their last cycle to close out like this, as far as, them learning lessons. But it may not be. You know what I'm saying? You're always going through a dark night of the soul when it comes to straying too far off your path, making bad decisions. Yeah, especially if them decisions is not putting you in alignment with your destiny. You know what I'm saying? So, but they finding direction now. This is them, applying what they've learned and making more choices now that make sense, and looking at the consequences and looking at how they plan on executing, they decisions, and they taking action when it comes to the consequences. And all our decisions come with it. So, they knowing they gotta have, make firm commitments, you know what I'm saying? Firm decisions, stand on it. They could be asking, some curiosity questions now, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, who you with, where you are, what's going on with you. Or you could be asking, you could have some curiosity questions about this person when they come to, they could have some curiosity questions with you when it comes to your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't gonna even say when it comes to your boundaries. This person may have some curiosity questions with a Queen of Swords. They could be asking like where you are, if you with someone, if you in the same spot, um, are you happy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? What's the Page of Cups with the Five of Wands? What's the Page of Cups with the Five of Wands? I wouldn't take me back either if I was you. So you could have been a fire sign dealing with a water sign that got, maybe earth in their chart. Or you could be a water sign dealing with an earth sign with fire in your chart. Take it how it resonates. I wouldn't take me back either if I was you. What's the Page of Cups with the Five of Wands? Clarify the Page of Cups with the Five of Wands. Yeah, the Strength. Leo energy with the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Because somebody sees you as somebody very strong, very confident. They may not have known how strong you were at the time when they put you in this situation, or, when you was in this cycle with this person, Leo. Um, Aries, Leo says, take it how it resonates. But they may not have seen how strong you were. They may have had people, to backpedal and, kind of still stick around or come back around eventually, every time. But then there's that moment of truth where, you know, it's undeniable. Like you have to accept, you know what I'm saying, that whatever somebody stands on, and if time keeps moving and they keep moving, and time will change, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things, whether you take action in that shit or not, own it, with it, say it, do it, it's still things are going to change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna have to get used to, your choices shaping where you end up at. No matter what it is, financially, physically, emotionally, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person, was very combative too. I'm getting like, this is somebody that, you may have had some choice words with at times, when it came to explaining yourself, or standing on what you're saying, or putting, whatever it is that you concerned about out there. And they may have felt intimidated by it. You know what I'm saying? Because you want what you want. You know what I'm saying? You're a very clear speaker. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to clear communication, Queen of Swords, you got some clear communication about what you want, what you don't want. You made that clear. You know, and this person intentionally did not want to cooperate with you. You know, your strength was intimidating. Your courage, you're very strong willed. You know what I'm saying? That's something that this person, was trying to use trying to manipulate as much as they could. They guilty of trying to control you that way by trying to, make you back down from being, this strong, independent, strong willed person. You know what I'm saying? And you may not um have seen it at that like that at that time, you know what I'm saying? Because of you knowing who you are. You know what I'm saying? And not thinking maybe this person felt some type of way about it, but they did. You know how some people say, "Man, I want me a strong, independent woman." They get it. They get that, and then after a week or two or something like that, when they finally done landed a shot with that person, boom, they with them now. You know what I'm saying? They got access to them, all access granted pass to them. They run out. And it's like somebody said, they feel like, I remember hearing somebody say they get that person and they feel like, well, damn, if I got her, shit, I might can get another one that be talking like that or, acting like that toward me. You know what I'm saying? Let me go back and try to shoot my shot with them again. Because, shit, I bagged her. You know what I'm saying? Don't run out. Don't run out, okay? Don't run out. I can't say it enough, child. Don't run the fuck out. Because you don't run out. Just can't. Because people would take that shit and run with it just because you got that person. That's why I be saying about people that, that don't be so damn hot looking, but be the main ones, ready to shit on somebody else. And I'm like, listen, we all ain't out here, you know what I'm saying, Belle and Bows out here, being in, the runner-ups and Miss America pageants and Mr. America pageants if they ever have them. You know what I'm saying? But, baby, just because that person gave you the opportunity and gave you a shot, you don't know what made them do that. But don't run the fuck out. Because you will find out sooner than later. The minute you run up on somebody else you think is in that bracket of that person, and somebody shoot your ass down, now your confidence and all that, now your cockiness and you know what I'm saying, your bad attitude and all that, now you calling them out and you're mad at them because they done made you dial that shit back some. Mm-hmm. You don't like that. Or just because you got Brenda, don't mean you going to get Jessica, Tammy, and Sabrina. Okay? They may, have to redirect you like, look, you're going to have to go back to Brenda. That's where you're going to have to do that at. That Brenda ain't everywhere. Okay? No shade on Brenda, all right? Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, okay? But, yeah. No shade on David either, because listen, if you run out, trust me, it's some people out there that's going to remind you that, listen, because I done had to say it to people many times, like, listen, you got somebody good at home, go home. Quit trying to play that person that's digging on you for real, for real. Because when that person find out you out here playing, your heart going to drop, because you know how long it took you to bag that person. And you know how, it may not have took you long. You may have felt like you did what you need to do to get that person genuinely, but we'll see. But if you got somebody that ain't trying to fuck with nobody else and they fucking with just you, run with it. Don't take it for granted. Don't take advantage of it. And get out here and think, other people is going to give you that opportunity when you got a good one already. Sit your ass down. Because people, sitting out here 50 and 60 years old saying, yeah, I ain't got, some folks, now some, I ain't got my queen. Because you had some lessons to learn. It had took a while for you to stop playing in them player ways. Stop looking at every woman the same way. Stop thinking, a certain kind of woman is the woman for you. And the woman that's for you probably ain't going to even have all that going on. They're not going to be made up like that. And then when you get somebody and you see them and they the one, they got a fool. And so does your auntie. So does your daughter. You know what I'm saying? And you love them all the same. Let's get to loving folks. You know what I'm saying? For what they spiritually bring, to our life and our health, and you know what I'm saying. They think a lot of our betterment. You know what I'm saying? While protecting their own and trusting us to do the same. Trust you to do the same and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, somebody is saying, I wouldn't take me back either if I was you. This person know they cut the fuck up. They know they cut up. But they need some time to sort some things out. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like their finances ain't, where they need to be right now. But that's probably why they, you know, wouldn't take them, you know what I'm saying? Like they could be still in that materialistic mindset and thinking that their money gonna make them a better person. If they was a better person, their money wouldn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Your abundance is in who you are. Your abundance is in how you treat other people. Your abundance is how you, give back, to Mother Nature, how you give back, to those that have given so much for you and ain't here no more. By making better choices. Giving a fuck about how it looks on your resume, not just on paper, but just character. You know what I'm saying? People your age still think you don't have respect for yourself. Your generation. Don't young generation folks. If you under 28, 29 years old, listen. They think y'all ain't got no damn self-respect. They think y'all don't have no self-discipline, no self-control, and they target y'all ass so many damn times in every little thing because they know it's all about the money. Oh, you give them a little bit, they gon' haul ass. They coming. Learn how to say no some damn time. Everything somebody trying to give you and give you an opportunity to do ain't for your betterment. It's really just the test and see. They testing your ass just like that girl that you feel like keep playing in your face. Government people is testing your ass. They send folks your way, your peers, they send your peers towards you to test your ass. And you have to know how to conduct yourself, how to, self-discipline. Don't be so easily manipulated. Just because she fine don't mean you got her. You know what I'm saying? And what make her fine, they got demonic spirits that live in the vessels of people that make them people so motherfucking fine. That you would disrespect your mama and some more people that helped you become the person you are today. That paved the way and they may not even be here no more. You would disrespect them for that woman or for that man. There's people that done gave testimony about how demonic spirits have possessed the spirit, the vessels of some of the men and women, boys, and teenage, whatever child that they have laid and slayed with, done shared a bed with, done shared a fork and spoon with, done rode next to in their car, and that person was the enemy. They was the monitoring spirit. They was the hitman the whole time. It was the hit woman the whole time. Baby, you got to pay close attention because the truth is on the surface. It's in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? So don't let, the smooth taste food. Just because something, a lot of people don't want something that damn easy because some of us used to getting shit out the mud. So a motherfucker couldn't send a spiritual attack to make something rough for you to, obtain and get. Because shit, rough is how we like it. Because rough is what make us, them ones that the Most High God used to get something done. Because we don't get on fuck. You said do what now? When? Okay. At what time? All right. And we'll pass by your ass doing that moon magic. We don't give a fuck. Hey, how y'all doing? All right. If you stand right here, that kind of, it might help a little bit. All right. All right now. Y'all make sure y'all be up in the morning. People gonna fire y'all. Y'all be on work, at work on time. All right. Pass right by their ass and they doing that moon magic on you. I'm saying we don't give a fuck. Okay? So at this point, this person knows, they guilty of trying to control you. Clarify, I'm guilty of trying to control you. The Three of Wands and the Page of Swords. And you got the Judgment. But I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to reshuffle. Clarify, I'm guilty of trying to control you. I'm guilty of trying to control. Clarify, I'm guilty of trying to control you. Got the Three of Pentacles with the World, Wheel of Fortune. I'm guilty of trying to control you. Clarify. Four of Swords, Page of Pentacles. With this Three of Pentacles with the World, it's like somebody, making a focused effort, but it's also somebody wanting, some recognition, when it comes to, them possibly looking at in and out of cycle, like traveling, like going, because what I'm getting, somebody may have, tried to use manipulation tactics. Like, if this person's seeing you making a focused effort, like to invest in them, or because this also talks about, someone mastery. You know what I'm saying? And somebody could have collaborated with somebody, travel to go do something. Um, yeah, somebody could have collaborated with somebody, and possibly they may have already been with someone, or they collaborated with somebody, or they were already involved, or they traveled to do something in order to get something to go their way. What's the Three of Pentacles with the World? I'm guilty of trying to control you. What's the Three of Pentacles with the World? Got the Eight of Wands. Like somebody taking some type of swift action now, like making big changes, swift changes. Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. What were they doing to try to control the collective? I'm guilty of trying to control you. What did they do to try to control the collective? What did this person do that was manipulative? What did they do? Got the Eight of Cups. And you got the Empress at the bottom of the deck. And somebody, this is why I said somebody feel like they did too much, like they may have given you no other choice but to walk away, or they left themselves with no other choice but to walk away. So it's like, they know they may have, did what they did to cause these cups, you know what I'm saying, to be something that they had to walk away from. Now these emotions, or these empty emotions that they empty opportunities, you know what I'm saying, that somebody, did not take advantage of, or they did too much, you know what I'm saying, in these connections that, may have resulted in them having to be walked away from. Um, and them having to accept that they're gonna have to let go. You know what I'm saying? Or they did too much. Especially if they know, you've had other failed connections prior to them, and they just, they make that, what I'm saying, your involvement with them any better. 888 can be significant. That angel number, definitely look it up, collective. But there are some big changes coming, like somebody want to take some type of swift action. And they may have done this, at a time when you may have wanted to walk away in things. Or they, may have, tried to keep you from wanting, to move forward with them, or wanting something. You may have used distance or something like that, travel or something like that, to like keep you from. And I'm going to even say keep you from. I feel like they were using that as a reason not to give you, to work with you, to cooperate with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you may have tried to find solutions to help this person, see, maybe this was a long distance connection or relationship, or, some type of partnership or something you were trying to have with this person. But it's like, and it don't have to be, but something, was like a hit and miss. And I feel like somebody didn't have to miss the opportunity. I feel like they did it on purpose. Because of them using manipulation tactics, you know what I'm saying? And the minute they feel like, you may walk away, or they feel like, you starting to be on them about what it is they want with you or something like that, like this person, come in and try to take some quick action, you know what I'm saying, to change your mind or something like that. Or give you some type of excuse or reason as to why, they could be saying, like, I'm resting, I'm asleep, I had to work, I'm just over here minding my business or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But it was the fact that person was using no communication sometimes to kind of control you, especially if they know what you wanted from them. But, like I said, rejection is God's protection. They did you a favor, you know what I'm saying? They did you a favor. That's why they looking at this situation now. Like, that's why in the past it was like, shit, kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? Or this person was like this. What's the 8 of Cups? I'm just trying to control you. What's the 8 of Cups? Could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be a Pisces. Just trying to control you. Or there's, somebody, you got the Death out here now. With the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So somebody going through some change. There's a change happening, transformation. There's possibly a rebirth. Somebody, the start of a new beginning, like the birth of a new beginning. Like somebody's, putting away their childish ways, like they, letting the old version of themselves, fall away, because I feel like they know they had some things that, may have been too much, you know what I'm saying, for them to be still in that energy, or living that way, or thinking that way, moving that way, you know what I'm saying? And they may have felt at the time, their heart being closed off, or being unresponsible, for, emotionally unresponsible, irresponsible, if that's a word, emotionally irresponsible. I think it is, but I think it's like somebody taking accountability now, for the things that they know, played a part in you possibly not wanting to take them back. 4 Cups, and like I said, 8 of Cups is like somebody saying, shit, I might well just go on, you know what I'm saying? This person, they feel how they feel. They said what they said, so what's the 8 of Cups with the Death? What's the 8 of Cups with the Death? Yeah. Page of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag. With the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck, Scorpio energy. So yeah, like somebody's, having a lot of, time now to daydream, like they having, a very vivid imagination, you know, um, especially when it comes to whatever it is that they working on, that they keeping close to their chest, like whatever it is that they are, feeling hopeful about, cheerful about, building up their confidence or whatever this is, they know, um, and somebody knows that you got a very vivid imagination, like somebody, sees you as somebody that open their eyes to a lot of things. Yeah. Cause something about this person, just things about them that they, how people say, what's that song by Michael Jackson? Man in the Mirror could be significant. I'm asking him to change his ways. You gotta take a look at yourself and then make a change. That's what I'm getting. Like somebody, like I said, they were immature in the past, needed to, grow up. And like I said, they got the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, 777 can be significant. Somebody could be born in 77, 88. Because now it's like somebody realizing, this is what they thought, was what they were doing, and, how the route they were going, and having all these I got in different area codes. They thought that shit was that wishful thinking they was doing. Yeah, they had to snap that ass back into some reality, because they really thought, that was some, somebody searching for their purpose, like searching for that recognition they're looking for, searching for that, that moment, in time where they feel like, everybody gonna know my name, face ass. Okay, they probably will, but not for the shit you thinking. You know what I'm saying? So got the Four of Pentacles out here. This person was trying to control you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And they may have, breadcrumbed you, held back on, like reciprocating what you were putting down, when it came to you being an open book to them, vulnerable, being yourself, authentic, being yourself. You know what I'm saying? And this person took it to a whole nother level to, you know, make it complicated to be with you, or making it complicated, to make a decision on somebody like you. And it's like, man, it them sins that them old folks have, they come in, they come up now. Like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So this person could have rejected you, Four of Cups, but at the same time, like I said, they still had some things they needed to learn. They still had some things about them they needed to see, without somebody having to be projecting, or them having to project, their insecurities, their faults on somebody else, and making other and pointing out other people's faults. Because I feel like this is who this person was. They were able to point out other people's flaws and faults, but they were not willing to look at the flaws and faults in themselves and do something about them. They just felt like, having more options was the best way to get over, being who they are and who they were. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody thought, shit, I got a bunch of hoes, I got a lot of motherfuckers to choose from. So, shit, what you won't do, somebody else will. Good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? More power to you. That's just that wishful thinking. Shit, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you can have a busload of hoes, but, you know, quality is the best, thing going. It's the best thing going. And trying to get, everybody to be on board, with something you want, all them people come with responsibility, unless they're a damn blow up dog. Rejection is God's protection. Clarify, rejection is God's protection. Yeah, Tower. With the high priestess at the bottom of the deck, Scorpio energy. So if this person rejected you and they getting karma now, they in a tower, like somebody, rejection is God's protection. Divine feminine, divine masculine with the tower clarifying. Clarify rejection is God's protection with the tower. You got the Page of Swords with the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. What's the tower with the Page of Swords? What's the tower with the Page of Swords? Like I'm telling you, somebody want to know like what this person want. You know what I'm saying? Where they at? How they doing? They doing better than me. They still in the same place. They back with so and so, or they with anybody. Did they get that person that they is worthy of? Did they get that person that's gonna be with it just them? Like they thought or whatever or something like that. What's the tower with the Page of Swords? Clarify the tower with the Page of Swords. What's the tower with the Page of Swords? Nine of Pentacles. Self-efficient, independent, abundant. You know what I'm saying? Very creative, but also, somebody that's, like nice things, you know what I'm saying, at the cost of, what it is that you feel like is a reasonable, amount, but you know what I'm saying, you can splurge and do, things for yourself, but it's a lot of material security here, so it's like, you're abundant in your own right. You know how to balance your finances. Things around you is just giving like that. So if you want something, shit, you have not because you ask not. But I feel like, you surrounded in growth and abundance because of what you give to people that, don't deserve it. People that want, to come in and manipulate, your goodness and, prey on your kind heart and shit like that. But the thing is how you allow, yourself to heal and move on, you know what I'm saying, and accept whatever it is you see in these people, whether you love them, are they new in your life or whatever the case may be. Walk away and, you know what I'm saying, your abundance is constantly giving to you. You're constantly being blessed, for the things that you have had to endure, when it comes to dealing with people like this. Not just a lover. You know what I'm saying? For some of you it's family, lovers, you know what I'm saying, over the years, as you done got to where you are right now in age, you still, everybody ain't had all these, you know, knights, coming in on horses, to whisk them away, kind of relationship cycles, you know what I'm saying? So this person rejected you, you know what I'm saying? They, now got a lot of curiosity questions. They want to know, what you got going on, who you with, because they see you as somebody that, is abundant in your own right. Like you really didn't need this person for anything. You may have wanted, to partner with them, be a helpmate to them or something like that. This could be your person. But I feel like at the same time, they may not have awakened at the time when you did, and they, like I said, they had other cycles, Seven of Cups that they needed to close out, that they needed to see that those cups, you know what I'm saying, didn't hold anything for them, just like they assumed they would. And when you make assumptions that make an ass out of you and everybody involved, you know what I'm saying, that believed in you, that went along with you, you know what I'm saying, makes an ass out of them too. So I don't know why people feel like when they know their friends making fucked up situations, or they, they partner knowing they partner doing some wrong, some foul ass shit, they don't want to call them out. Shit, you ain't doing them no favors not to. Shit. So let them tell you ain't their homeboy unless you emptying your pockets to them. They don't want your good advice. They don't want your, you know, guidance. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They feel like shit. If they know enough dirt on you, they ain't gonna listen to you. Telling them how to change, even though you making some your damn self. Like shit, I'm trying to do better, but I'm just trying to, keep you on the same, on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want. If you don't, shit, I'm gonna fall back, and pretty soon I'm gonna fall the fuck off from your ass, cause ain't no need in, trying to bring somebody along, when it come to change that ain't ready to. Because they just going to slow you down and make excuses for you to, do that shit you working on for you another time, another day, another year. And why are you doing it? You ain't going to get the person you want. You ain't this, you ain't that. This person telling you what you ain't, and you need to get the fuck away from them. Because anytime a motherfuckers fix their mouth to say you ain't as much as you will, that person is not who you think they are yet. And ain't no telling when they're going to be there. If somebody had to start telling you what to believe in, it won't be the people close to you. Because shit, if you going to get there before them, ain't too many people going to be there waiting to cheer you on. They waiting to cheer, some folk waiting to cheer your ass on because they want to be part of that. They ain't somewhere saying, man, I sure wish I could have been there for you, man, because I had some shit I had to do last night, man. I had this, you know what I'm saying, this deal to close, that deal to close, and y'all understand that we both making moves. So when we do get up, we show out. But, when we ain't around each other, shit, we handling our business. We ain't, just fucking off and intentionally just avoiding each other, no. But what's understood ain't meant to be explained. Pay attention. The truth is on the surface. Clarify. Pay attention. The truth is on the surface. Yeah. Seven of Swords. Somebody coming in with some motherfucking bullshit. Trickery, dishonesty. There's an organization, there's a group, there's somebody, with some, traditionals, ain't nothing wrong with traditional beliefs, you know what I'm saying? But there's somebody coming in, after possibly getting some type of guidance or, somebody giving them some type of instruction to come towards somebody to be dishonest, deceitful. When it comes to equal give and take, or whoever you were, generous to or something like that. Especially if this person, right now don't feel like financially they where they need to be at. What's the Seven of Swords? Pay close attention. The truth is on the surface. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, pay close attention to whoever this is. Who is this they need to pay close attention to? You got a King of Cups, and you got the Nine of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Something about resilience, or somebody, actually being persistent. So whoever this is, they may have, in the past was like dishonest, you know what I'm saying, deceitful or whatever, may have been scheming, cheating, you know what I'm saying, doing some shit behind the scenes. They may kind of come off as a King of Cups now. Like kind and things like that, when it comes to wanting to be forgiving, coming in with a lot of forgiveness or wanting some forgiveness, when it comes to nurturing, supporting your ideas, and things like that, whatever your endeavors are, like whatever you into going towards or curious about, like they, being very supportive of that. That's who I'm talking about. This person may have been someone that, you and them, may have encouraged each other, or you encouraged this person a lot, when it came to some of the things that they may have found challenging or may have had going on sometime from time to time. But Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, you got the Temperance, Five of Cups, Victory. All right. What's the Seven of Swords with the Nine of Wands? Clarify the Seven of Swords with the Nine of Wands. What's the Seven of Swords with the Nine of Wands? Because I'm also getting whatever it is that this person putting down, you will see it in their actions. Nine of Wands, like you will see it in their actions. Because somebody's faith, and not only that, but their persistence is being tested. Like somebody being persistent, consistent as well. But it's like, someone faith, in whatever it is that they believe they can do, and whatever they saying they about, like they gotta have faith in knowing that, that's something that they gonna have to keep being mindful of with every decision they make when it comes to you or anybody like you. What's the Nine of Wands with the Seven of Swords? Pay close attention to keep this on the surface. What's the Nine of Wands with the Seven of Swords? Man or woman now, so don't let these kings and knights and, shit fool you. Got the Seven of Pentacles that came out. I'm not going to keep it. It fell on the floor. So I don't remember if it was in upright or in reverse. So what's the Seven of Swords with the Nine of Wands? What's the Seven of Swords with the Nine of Wands? Queen of Swords. With the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck now. So whatever your boundaries are, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, whatever your boundaries are, it's what you need to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to, the truth of whether, this person is respecting, is going to and will respect your boundaries. So I feel like, there's something that, is going to test, your faith as well as this person's. Because your resilience is something that this person knows, is unmatched. You know what I'm saying? They know you can endure, quite a bit. They know you've been through a lot. They've seen you. They have known you to go through some things. They may have known, some challenging times in life that you, may have been up against, some type of hardships. Okay? More than one. But they also know that you somebody that has kept going. You've been very persistent. So with that being said, this person knows, and whatever truth that you need is going to be on the surface. It's going to be, and what this person, does, and you'll be able to know, whether this person is who they say they are, and if they mean it, you know what I'm saying, that the lessons that they done got is something that they actually are acting on. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to finding better solutions, you got the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Temperance. So, I mean, they may have been crying over spilled milk or been upset, because of how something ended. Um, or you may have been, or something like that. But it's like finding that balance and finding that harmony now when it comes to them having to connect with the universe and actually, listen to their intuition, trust it and not second guess it, and trust their gut feeling. Because I feel like when they listen to outside people that entertain, some of the choices they make, this is what allows this person to think they're using the intuition. Is really their ego. It's really their pride, you know. Using this time to sort things out, clarify. Clarify using this time to sort things out. You got the Fool and the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this person knows that done went on this journey. They know you have taken a leap of faith. They know if they take this leap of faith, it's, got to be something that they prepared to do and understand the assignment. You got the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Nine of Cups and the Hierophant. Like somebody making a decision. They're not being decisive, but this is about, self-discovery. It's about self-discovery. It's about discovery, but, I'm getting self-discovery. And they may be, traveling now, um, or you may be traveling now, or they could be, opening themselves up to travel. Yeah. Whoever this is, they, working, on looking at the truth and, looking at how they need to plan, more accordingly, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the actions they take. And it could be traveling right now or making plans to travel. But they using some time now to sort some things out. Using this time to sort some things out. Got the Sun, Leo energy. Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, somebody using this time now like to sort out like what they feel like, makes them happy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to their confidence, when it comes to, how they are going to, move forward. What's the Fool with the Sun? This is like I said, this is like self-discovery, like finding new ways to like reinvent yourself, you know what I'm saying? Rebrand yourself. Like somebody finding new things, out about themselves that they like, that they love, that makes them happy. Um, and following that, letting that be their guide. What's the Fool with the Sun? What's the Fool with the Sun? Cause the biggest lie ever told, and the biggest lie of all is you. If you lying to yourself, like shit, you can't blame nobody else for lying to you if you believe the lies you tell yourself. Shit, you did. What's the Fool with the Sun? Clarify the Fool with the Sun using this time. Yeah. Knight of Cups. A Libra could be dealing with a Scorpio. Got the four of wands at the bottom of the deck. Somebody wants their celebration. They want some type of, they see some enjoyment, you know what I'm saying? They could be, working on some things in the community or something like that. Don't have to be, but it's also, this could be a home situation that somebody, is trying to, get. They could be working on, getting a new place. It could be relocating, or they may have just, settled into a place, or, maybe moving from one place to another, like upgrading or something like that. But somebody may, they following their heart, you know what I'm saying, their dreams. This is somebody, very kind, very charming, very romantic, but, also very um innovative, you know what I'm saying? But it's them, following their dreams, following their heart now. And it's, trying to figure out like what they want to go towards, you know what I'm saying, and how to go towards something, in the healthiest way without it being, something that they doing Knight of Swords, like, in the season something, but like doing it in a reckless manner. Even if it's a lifestyle or a status, like be mindful of how aggressive you come off, trying to get to that kind of status or have some type of image or recognition. Imagine what, the downfall to that is, that you got to have something that fast. You know what I'm saying? And anything you lose that, you get that fast, you lose it even faster. You just don't feel like you losing it until it's gone. And you trying to, find ways, you know what I'm saying, robbing Peter to pay Paul, just to keep a lifestyle going, keep an image, afloat. You know what I'm saying? So people don't look at you like you broke, or you trying to prove to people you ain't no, you ain't no broke nigga. I ain't saying she a gold digger. So yeah. But yeah, they could be looking into buying a new home. Um, and they could be looking at, whether they want to get married, if there's something they still want to do. They don't know if there's something you still want to do. You don't know if you still want to do it with them. They don't know if you still want to do it, you don't know if you want to still do it with them. They don't know if you still want to do it with them. So they don't know if they still want to do it with you. Whatever, okay? Whatever. Because you got this page of swords out here. Somebody got some curiosity questions, okay? Because they know you already self-efficient. They know you already, got that independence about you, but somebody scared your rejection, putting them in some type of damn tower. Somebody feel like, they going through karma because, of your rejection. Or they feel like, the karma, that they, yeah. And somebody feel like, as long as, them, by you rejecting them rejecting your offer is the reason why, they in this tower. But it's for your protection, you know what I'm saying? Somebody could be wanting to know how you doing because they ain't doing so good financially. Masculine feels their finances aren't where they. Finances not enough right now. Who is this? You got the Chariot in reverse. Cancer energy. Masculine feels that finances aren't enough right now. Clarify, they feel like their finances not enough right now. Yeah, got the Temperance out here with the Chariot in reverse. Somebody want to wait, for the universe to balance something out for them. Find better solutions, especially when it comes with them, cooperating with the universe, when it comes to what they decisions, to how they get through this moment, you know what I'm saying, financially, especially if they thought their finances and all that was the biggest part of all this, like they were more focused on that. And this could just be, like I said, no lack of no discipline, no self control. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody gets money, but they may not be using it for things that benefit their higher self, that they can look back on and say, job well done. You know what I'm saying? At this point, this person that splurged on a lot of things that just aided in the fact that they, were even more off their mark than they needed to be. Yeah, they feel like their finances not enough. They not stable enough right now. They possibly want to give you this equal give and take. Give me one more. Masculine feels their finances are not stable enough right now. Yeah, you got the moon and you got the king of wands. Give me one more. Masculine feels their finances are not stable enough right now. Yeah, you got the hermit. So this person may feel with the world at the bottom of the deck down, and the eight of wands, and the wheel of fortune. The three of pentacles. Like somebody don't feel like they could be in hermit right now doing some self-reflecting, like getting some guidance. Um, like doing their shadow work, but this is, them, they may want to travel towards you, come towards you, but they may be going through some financial delays. You know what I'm saying? They may having to, to wait, on deposits and, different paperwork or whatever the process or whatever it is. They could be on a waiting list for a place. But it's like, they having to, deal with things that have a timeline attached to them. So they can't just make a move and, you know, take off and do what they want to do when they want to do it, because their finances play a part in that. So if they gotta, if they want to travel, they gotta be mindful of the travel planning, what I'm saying, and these amounts and other things that they got going on that may be tapping into their finances as well, especially if they solo bolo, you know what I'm saying. They could have some conflicting, things going on with them that they feel like, with the chariot in reverse, even with the chariot in the upright, they talk about, dealing with changes within yourself, you know what I'm saying? Battling inner, conflict and demons, you know what I'm saying? Challenges that, flaws, things that you need to work on, that may be blocking you from moving forward, you know what I'm saying? Having progress, making, having success. But in reverse, it's like people pleasing, and then that may not do it any justice either. It's like Like if this person knows, if they making decisions based on how somebody else feel or how it's gonna affect other people, they feel like they stuck there. You know what I'm saying? Like they like, damn, if I go towards somebody else and ask them, to do this and do that, that's putting them in my business. So they gonna know I'm trying to, what I'm saying, make some time, to go somewhere else, or I'm trying to do something. It's something like that. Clarify this chariot in reverse. What's the chariot in reverse? Clarify the chariot in reverse. Give me something on this chariot in reverse. What is that regarding? Yeah, gaining a new perspective. Moving on to calmer waters. Putting the past behind them. And I feel like, them doing that is bringing some type of justice, taking accountability. But I feel like, them balancing out priorities and, what they put their time into. I feel like the minute somebody, but with them gaining a new perspective, like turning over a new leaf, it's like it's going to cause people around them to know that they walking away. You know what I'm saying? Like they changing, they going in a different direction, and that may piss some people off. You know what I'm saying? What's the chariot in reverse with the hangman? Chariot in reverse with the hangman. Yeah, Ten of Swords. Yeah. Yeah. Their financial status may not be where they wanted to be at, but I feel like, they feel like if they move from where they at, if they make some changes, it's gonna affect something else. And these may be situations or circumstance that may not even have nothing to do with them. Ten of Wands in reverse. Like somebody may, have been involved in something and taking care of things, or involving themselves in other people's matters and in other people's lives, that got other things going on that ain't got shit to do with them. Nothing to do with them at all. Um, hmm But somebody looking at something differently now, because it's like if you keep letting something pull you in two different directions, like shit, something got to give. And I feel like, they financial status ain't where they wanted to be. It's like, their finances may not be enough right now, but they allowing something to pull them, they being pulled in a lot of different directions right now with this chariot in reverse. and they need to, quiet their mind, separate themselves from this situation or these people, and especially if they're trying to keep, the peace somewhere, keep something balanced out, trying to help other people find better solutions and shit like that. Like, you want to figure your shit out. Like, something is making you neglect and making you invest time and money into something that ain't got shit to do with you, and it's keeping somebody's money, tied up and making them, slow, to move and make some type of progress for themselves. And this cycle need to end. This is a cycle that, is needed to close out. Especially with you and this person collective. So if this person rejected your offer as many times as they, may have rejected you, betrayed you or whatever, caused this cycle to end between you and this person, it needed to end. This person had too much going on. They were being pulled in a lot of different directions. You know what I'm saying? But they gaining a new perspective now, on what they need to focus on and find better solutions, and make sacrifices when it comes to their higher self. Release yourself from things that no longer serves you. Call your energy back from them people, places, and items. I'm telling you, because it will drain the fuck out of you and have you, feeling like you don't have anything to give yourself. And what it is you really want to do for yourself, you feel, like you don't even have the enthusiasm to do it. And it's somebody else, needing you or calling on you or being there for them. They're not gonna give two fucks about you, being there for them. Because if it was them, shit, they'll be doing the same damn. They'll be doing the opposite. They'll be done took their ass on. Somebody could be, taking care of somebody, or doing things for this person to try to keep things tied up on their end, or like trying to tie up loose ends over here with these people or that, trying to work something out, with them, and that shit ain't gonna work. They not gonna want you to work that out. They'd rather you just be there and do that shit. Somebody could be in hermit mode reflecting. But I'm going to end it here. You guys, make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out for your girl. Hopefully the message resonates with you in some way. Until next time, you guys, I love you. Bye. Mwah.